Investors are intently watching for developments from this week's negotiations in Beijing between the United States and China. The trade war has rattled financial markets in recent months and boosted the appeal of so-called safe haven assets like the US dollar and gold. Peter McGuire from the investment company XM.com told me about the impact of the talks on bullion prices.
I think a couple of things. Yes, I can link it, and it's been a very, very solid uptick, really about 13% since August of last year. So that's in US dollar terms, and in euro terms and other currencies, it's substantially higher than that. So yes, that's played well into it. Also, the Brexit fears and US and global stock market sell-offs.
How much of an upside do you still see for gold going forward, as it has already gone higher into the double digits?
Well, exactly right. It's sitting at around about that $1,315. In August, it was $1,174. There's momentum to push it higher. These trade talks as far as what's happening in Beijing this week. And of course, last week where President Trump said he won't meet President Xi till after the 1st of March, all push gold higher. And I feel as though it'll consolidate and there's movement to probably another 3 or 4% to the upside in the short term.
And a lot of investors are basically scratching their heads right now, Peter, why the US dollar continues to rise when you have a potential federal government shutdown yet again. You also have a slowing global economy and consumer confidence at its lowest level in the U.S. in more than a year.
Well, that's a very good point. The US dollar index is the benchmark. That's up around about 9% since this time last year. But the other side of it, of course, is you've got the Eurozone slowing down, and 2019 is going to be a bleak year on a bad year last year. So things are worse in other parts of the world than compared to the US, and that's where you've got that momentum pushing it higher. So the Fed's sitting on its hands. We're not sure whether we're going to see 3 rate rises, 2 or 1 this year. And that's all creating, I think, from a safety angle, people are buying US dollars.
And briefly, where does it leave the Japanese yen as a safe haven asset class?
Well, I feel as though that yen's been a nice trade also, and that'll probably continue to possibly appreciate a little bit further. You've also got the President Yabe and what's happening as far as stimulus for the Japanese economy. Overall, I feel as though there's probably further upside there.
Peter McGuire of XM.com joining us earlier from Sydney.